Hey up guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm Jimmy, and today we're going to be looking at the Malefic discipline for the Demonkin on the Shadowspear side of the box set. We're going to start with Power 1, Incursion. So, Incursion has a warp charge value of 7. If manifested, the Psyker can immediately attempt to summon a unit of demons to the battlefield using the demonic ritual ability, as if it were the movement phase. When doing this, roll up to 4 dice instead of up to 3. The Psyker will not suffer any mortal wounds as a result of doubles or triples being rolled for this demonic ritual. So, my thoughts on this power. Looking at it from a match play rules set, which I tend to play, I can't see this power being used all that often, unless if you are a Chaos player that relies on the ability to summon demons or have a viable tactic for summoning demons. I know a list at the LVO which had summoning demons worked really well, so unless you already play this, I can't personally see this being used all that often. Up next we have Sacrifice, which has a warp charge value of 4. If manifested, choose any model within 2 inches of the Psyker. That model suffers a mortal wound. Then choose a friendly Legion demon model within 18 inches of the Psyker. That model regains D3 wounds. If that Legion model is a demon engine, and the model you chose to inflict the mortal wound on was a friendly warpsmith, the demon engine regains 3 lost wounds instead. Sacrifice seems like a really good power. If you're able to put a Master of Possession next to a blob of cultists, for example, you're able to sacrifice a single cultist at 5 points, and then give D3 wounds back to a greater possessed or any other friendly Legion demon model. Yeah, that could be pretty powerful if you do it right. Yeah, not a bad power. Next we have Mutated Invigoration, which has a warp charge value of 7. If manifested, select a friendly Chaos Spawn, Legion Possessed, or Legion Cult of Destruction unit within 18 inches of the Psyker. Until the start of your next psychic phase, that unit will gain a bonus depending on what the unit is, as follows. You can re-roll the dice when rolling for that Chaos Spawn's Mutated Beyond Reason ability. You can re-roll the dice when rolling for the attack characteristics of the unit of possessed due to the Writhing Tentacles ability. You can re-roll one of the dice when rolling for the strength and AP and damage characteristics for the Cult of Destruction units weapons during the Flesh Metal Guns or the Flesh Metal Weapons ability. For me, Mutated Invigoration seems to be an ability that I think I'd mainly just use on the Obliterators. Having that chance to re-roll one of the dice on either the strength, the AP or the damage could be quite beneficial, depending on what you're kind of thinking. Alright, my Obliterator is going to be shooting at a Lehman Russ, so you'll probably want that high strength to get past the high toughness, so you might want to re-roll that D3. Or maybe you're shooting at Custodes and you don't really have to worry about the strength. You're looking at the AP or the damage and wanting them to be a bit higher to hopefully chip away at them. I can't personally see many people using it on Possessed, because I've not seen Possessed on the tabletop for a while. Same with the Chaos Spawns. I think a couple of years since I've seen a Chaos Spawn on the table, to be honest. So yeah, I think this is a power that's mainly going to be used on the Obliterators. Next we have Possession, which has a warp charge value of 5. If manifested, then until the start of your next psychic phase, the armor penetration characteristic of the Psyker's melee weapon is improved by 2. For example, an AP of -1 becomes an AP -3. Furthermore, until the start of your next psychic phase, each time the Psyker destroys an enemy infantry character in the fight phase, you can add a Chaos Spawn model to your army. If the destroyed model was an Adeptus Astartes or Heretic Astartes, you can instead add a greater Possessed model to your army. If a new model is added to your army, set it up within 6 inches of the Psyker and more than 1 inch away from enemy models. In addition, each time the Psyker destroys an enemy vehicle model in the fight phase that could explode, it automatically explodes, no dice roll is made, and any mortal wounds suffered by the Psyker in the resulting explosion are ignored. This psychic power seems to have quite a lot of synergy with the last one, the Mutated Invigoration, where if you make a character into a Chaos Spawn, or maybe just an Adeptus Astartes captain or whatever into a greater possessed, then if you start using them two powers together, then you're going to just benefit and buff your units really. So although previously stated you never see a chaos spawn on the tabletop, well, maybe this is the way you're going to start seeing them. Same with the possessed units, greater possessed have the possessed keyword. So yeah, it's quite interesting, nice little bit of synergy between them. And then I quite like the blowing up a vehicle would be quite handy as well if you could really buff the psyker in question to be able to destroy the vehicle, blow it up and then ignore the wounds, but then do a load of damage to the stuff around it. It's quite very chaosy, quite like that. Power number 5 is Cursed Earth, which has a warp charge value of 7. If manifested, then until the start of the Psyker's next phase, the invulnerable save of a friendly demon unit is improved by 1 to a maximum of 3+, whilst they are within 6 inches of the Psyker. There's not really much to say on this one apart from, unless you're going to have demon units close by to your sorcerer, then by all means probably take this one. Buffing even a 5 up invuln down to a 4 up invuln is going to keep the demon units alive a little bit longer. That's really all you can say about this one. And finally we have Infernal Power, which has a warp charge value of 6. If manifested, then until the start of your next psychic phase, reroll hit and wound rolls of 1 for attacks made by friendly demon units whilst they are within 6 inches of your psyker. Again, I think because it's within 6 inches of your psyker, this one could probably benefit from Cursed Earth as well. So if you make a bit of a, not necessarily a tanky psyker, but if that's one of your main tactics from this book, to keep demonic units near your sorcerer, then yeah, you might as well up your invuln and +1 to your attacks. So if you're hitting on 3s, you're hitting on 2s, and then you've got a 4 up invuln. I think that's the best way to probably play these new possessed. Keep them alive as long as you can. So that does it looking at the powers for the chaos side. I really do think that Mutated Invigoration and Possessed will work well together. And Cursed Earth and Infernal Power, again, they have some nice synergy between them, especially if you're keeping your demonic units near your sorcerer. So yeah, all in all, probably in the right hands, these could be extremely powerful psychic abilities. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you have enjoyed today's content, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.